Hello everyone and happy Tuesday. Welcome to Maker Notes. My name is Kyle. I'm here with Mrs. Olson and today we're going to talk about this really beautiful shawl. It was designed by Kathy Gomez for Skacel. It's called the Modular Shawl with Ruffled Edges because it is a modular shawl with ruffled edges. It uses just one yarn. So it starts down at the beginning. I'm going to take the shawl off of Mrs. Olson and show you in just a second, but it starts down at the very beginning point and it starts with one little piece, and then you add a second piece and a third piece and then a fourth, fifth, and sixth, and you keep growing the shawl until you make it whatever size you want. So this one, all the information about the sizing is in the newsletter, but it uses 10 balls of this yarn. What's the yarn? The yarn is called Lifestyle. This is a yarn from shawl that creates sort of a self-patterned look if you just knit it in stockinette. If you're just knitting in the round, all those knit stitches, some of them will be stripes, some will be little patterned bits, and it makes a really fun finished piece without having to switch out the yarns or do any of the stranded color work stuff that you might have to do. It comes in these cute little 50-gram balls. This is color 2208, and that is the color that this sample is made of. And like I said, did I say? You need 10 of these to create the shawl. So what's the deal? There's a couple deals. One of the deals is this really great yarn, Lifestyle, which is also known as Ambiente, is 20% off through the end of the month, through Halloween. So that's a very exciting and wonderful deal if you would like to make some things using this yarn. And if you buy 10 or more balls of Ambiente now through the end of the month, we are going to gift you this shawl pattern. How do we do that? Well, if you tell us your Ravelry name when you place your order, we can send that pattern to your library. If you don't have Ravelry or you don't use it, that's fine too. We will just send it to whatever email address you've used when you placed your order with us. We will print a copy of the pattern, so you'll have that ready to go when you receive your yarn, and you'll have your pattern and whatever else you've purchased. And then when you get that shipment, you are ready to cast on that first little component of this piece. So the yarn itself, it's 110. It's 100% superwash wool. It is a 50-gram ball, like I said, and it's 170 yards in that 50 grams. What does this shawl look like? This is what it looks like. I can't see you, but maybe you can see this. So it's a really nicely sized shawl, and it makes for a really fun sort of patchworky look, but all the colors go together because shawl did the color choosing for you. So the beginning, where does it begin? And that's actually showing you the back. So let's go a little closer and see what the back looks like. This is the back of the piece, and I can tell that because I can't see the little ridges here in the different little sections. And if I turn it to the right side, you can see the little ridges. So this is the whole thing again. I mean, it kind of looks the same on either side from that far away, from all the way over here. But it begins at the beginning, like I said, and it's that little, this little pentagon, this little piece right here. So you'll create one of those, and then you'll create a second and a third. So this is probably number 2, and then number 3, and then 4, 5, 6, and so on. And you keep building in that series until you get near the very end. And the only thing that's a tiny bit different are these two little triangles here. So you'll do these two little triangles to fill up that little gap, and then you'll have your shawl that is ready to go. So this is what it looks like if we just have it, worn over the shoulders. How do you use it? How do you knit it? Well, it's worked on a size 5 needle, and you could use just a smaller needle. It doesn't have to be a very long one because you're just working one of these little squares at a time, or the pentagon. So there's pentagons down at the bottom, there are squares here, and little half triangles here. So you can work it on a size 5 needle, so a shorter needle, and then the sections can be worked with DPNs. It could be, you could use the magic loop method. You could also use the flexi flips. So I have flexi flips here, but I'm trying to see which ones. Well, none of these are the right size, but that's okay. We'll pretend these are a size 5. They're not. How do you use flexi flips? Well, flexi flips come in this tubes that look like this, and it comes with 3 of them. This is the 3. And you'll find that there are two different, on each one, there's two different tips. So one of them is a pointier tip and one of them is a less pointy tip. So you could use the pointier tip if you prefer that, or you could use the blunter tip if you want to use that side. And you're going to work with 3 of them. 2 of them will end up being on your work if you're working on projects in the round, and they replace 4 double points. So where I have my hands here is that little bit of cord. You can see that hiding in there. So you have needle 1 and 2, which replaces the 4 double points, so the 4 individual points, and then you'll take the separate one, the next needle, and as you work, it replaces one of those needles. So it would replace this one, and then this needle would be out, and you keep going. So flexi flips are great for working small circumference pieces in the round, but you can also just work back and forth flat with pieces like this, or in the round like this. So they are a very versatile product. If you would like to get the flexi flips, then give those a try. Flexi flips basic, the basic ones, are on sale as well, 20% off through the end of the month. What else? Holiday Bazaar. We have a Holiday Bazaar coming up. This is an exciting thing for folks who are within driving distance. If you live a little ways away, pack a lunch and come see us. This is Saturday, the 8th of November. And we are super excited. We have 5 different really wonderful vendors that are going to come hang out with us. So you get to see all their different fun products, and as well as check out makers and see the stuff that we have. So 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. is the time for that. That's Saturday, the 8th of November. The vendors, who are they? It's Elemental, fantastic handmade soaps. Fat Girls Fiber, really fun yarn and project bags and all kinds of stuff. Positively Yarny, more fun, amazing things. Seattle Sky Dye Works, also more great yarn and stuff. And Teal Torch Knits, which has some really amazing yarn, of course, but also, I don't know if they're going to have it, but they have this really fun tweed that is really like little neon-y flecks. So that's a really fun thing as well. So come check out all of that. That is a one-day only event. You'll get to meet the different people who run these different small businesses and get some stuff. Maybe you're wanting to shop for gifts for people for the holidays, or maybe you just want to buy things for yourself. So that is a fun thing to check out. Also, a few days before, on Wednesday, the 5th of November, we have a class that does some good. So this is a knit and crochet knockers workshop where you can come learn either how to knit or crochet a knocker. So the Knitted Knockers Foundation, which Barb Demarest founded years and years ago, is a group that takes these handmade breast prosthetics and they donate them to people who need them, who have experienced mastectomy or partial mastectomy. It is free to the people who need them, and it is free because of people who make them, like you. So this workshop includes some of the stuff. All the details are in our on our class listing, and also there's a deal. So when you bring back your finished set of knockers, there's a little something special for you as well. So check that out in the calendar on our website. Again, that is Wednesday the 5th of November. There are 2 different sessions, a 9 a.m. and a 2 p.m. for that. 2 more things. I know I'm talking a lot, but these are both Lisa Ellis. And they're both on November the 22nd. It's another Saturday, which we will be open. And the first class is Bavarian Twist. So if you're interested in the Bavarian way of knitting and you want to learn the Bavarian twist and the cables and all of that, you can do that with Lisa in the morning from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. You'll learn 4 different cables, I think, and all the stuff that you need to know to create things using the Bavarian twist method. And then Portuguese knitting is the afternoon. So if you'd like to consider working knitting in the Portuguese method, Lisa's going to show you how to do that. First, sort of the traditional way, and then a second way using these little pins. And 2 of these really cool pins are also included in the class. So you'll be able to go home with those tools and continue your Portuguese knitting adventure, if you'd like. That, again, still Saturday the 22nd of November, and that one is running from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So we've talked about all this stuff, yes? Ambiente Lifestyle, 20% off now through the end of the month. Buy 10 or more balls, get this really beautiful shawl. I didn't show you the other colors of Ambiente, so why don't I just do that really quick at the end here. I'm gonna show you some of them. This is color 2570, a really fun, bright, cheery color. Here is another one that's sort of a series of blues, but a cheery blues one. And one of the bonuses that's in the newsletter today is a link to this little hat pattern. I'm tucking the label in here so maybe we can see it. This is an entrelac hat pattern. It is a free download on Ravelry. So the link to this is in our newsletter as well. So you can click on the link, download this free pattern, and it will use 2 balls of lifestyle. It's 2 words, lifestyle. Just get 2 balls of it and you'll be able to knit this hat, which is a really fun little beanie. It uses the entrelac technique. So knitting just a few stitches back and forth, it'll teach you how to pick up stitches and work some little short rows back and forth. It's a fun hat project to consider as well. This is color 2184. For those of you who are asking. And my friends, I think that's it. Yes, go check out all of the different colors available of this yarn. Get your 10 balls or more, and I will see you again in just a few days on Friday. Thanks for watching. Bye.